I'm Elaine Sims. I'm on the campus of St. Catherine's College. Today we are in St. Catherine Hall, the old chapel of the Mother House, and now used as for entertainment in different facilities besides the sacraments. I have with me today Melissa Powell. She is one of the alumni from St. Catherine's. She is a native of Bardstown, and now you're an attorney.
That's right.
Yeah. You went to high school in Bardstown at
Nelson County High School.
And you graduated in
2005.
Okay, and then you came to St. Catherine's for after that?
Yes, I came to St. Catherine, graduated in 2010, majored in criminal justice.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Okay. Now, when you came in under the criminal justice program, did you think you would become an attorney, or you just weren't sure?
I wasn't sure. I knew I was interested in it, and I guess probably about 2 years before I graduated it, I knew that I wanted to do it.
Yeah. You had mentioned while we were talking before the program started that you worked with a firm in Bardstown just to see if that's really what you wanted to do, which law school's too hard and too expensive just to experiment with.
Exactly.
Did you do that after after you came to St. Catherine's, or before?
While I was at St. Catherine, I found out about the job posting actually from St. Catherine. That's how I learned about it, and I interviewed there and worked there for a few years during my time at St. Catherine.
Okay.
And then I worked there for about a year after I graduated, just to be sure I wanted to go into law and make the commitment to law school.
Yeah. It's tricky.
It is.
You know, our son went, and I think a lot of several of the students here are in criminal justice, and you know, our son used to talk about how that first year they just play with your mind.
Oh, they do.
Do everything they can to take you out.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And then when you get out, you really don't know for sure how you're going to practice law, because it's so out there.
It is.
You ended up, now you are working in Northern Kentucky.
Yes.
You live in?
I live in Northern Kentucky.
In Covington?
Right on the Covington line in Newport, technically.
Okay.
Work in Covington. We also have an office in Cincinnati, so I deal with Ohio and Kentucky law.
And I've learned before we started, you're with a very young firm.
Yes.
Now, I guess, I'm not going to say, the eldest person in your firm has practiced law there for?
About 12 years.
12 years.
Mm-hmm.
Then I guess he or she, is it a she or a he?
He.
He decided to take in partners, I assume, or?
He did. He did a lot by himself for a while, mainly criminal defense and some personal injury. He kept busy he's also a appointed public defender on federal cases whenever there's a conflict.
Okay.
And then as the work picked up more and more when you're in Cincinnati and in Kentucky, it's hard to be in court at two places at once when you're just one attorney, so he gradually brought on more attorneys. And
so did you have to take the Ohio State bar also?
I will have to take it.
Okay.
I'm signed up to take it in July, so looking forward to another bar exam.
I was going to say, you have to prepare all over again.
All over again.
Do you think it'll be similar? Or?
It is. The law is varied. How the bar exam is set up, it's split into 200 multiple choice questions and then about 6 essays that are the general law over various subjects, and then 6 more essays which are state specific. So I will have to know the difference between Ohio law and Kentucky law. This year they are adding an extra subject to the multiple choice questions, so I'll have to learn that all over again.
Oh my.
And
you just took the bar last July. It's been about 7 or 8 months. Now, you practice criminal law?
Yes, we do a lot of criminal law at our office, and I dabble in it. We have 2 other attorneys who mainly focus on it, and whenever a client needs my assistance, whenever one of my clients needs my assistance, I will take on their
Do most of the clients, and then my husband's an attorney, but still this is a question I think people would want to generally know. Do most of the clients that come in, do they come in because they're told to get a lawyer, they decide to get a lawyer, or some of them court appointed? Do they even do that with criminal law?
They do. Most of them decide to get a lawyer, and that is in their best interest, to get a lawyer, because the prosecutor's more likely to talk about their case with us than with a
Sure.
criminal defendant. We're able to find out more information because we are separated third party. We're not the defendant in the case. But there are court-appointed attorneys, and my boss did do that in his first years of practice. Now he only does it for federal cases. He's on a panel called the CJA panel, which is whenever there is a conflict for the federal public defenders, he gets appointed to a case.
Okay. Do you all? I mean, do you do things like, I should know this, but I don't. Do you do like defend people that are trying to fight a DUI?
Yes. Yes.
That's a challenge.
It is.
That's a challenge.
It is.
And many times, the negotiations before, or do you find that some of them go ahead and don't follow through just because they know that they're going to be convicted?
It just depends. I mean, what we can do with a DUI case, you can get all the evidence that the Commonwealth or the state has, review everything. One thing you have to be sure of is whether or not the breathalyzer at the police department was calibrated correctly. The machine may be off, it may not be working, so there may not be an accurate result. You may have a person who says, I only had one drink, I could not have blown that level. So you have to take a look at the records, the printout from the breathalyzer machine. So if that is accurate, and if they were in fact over the limit, then we can try to negotiate with the prosecutor to get them out on, to reduce any jail time. If it's their first offense, try to get them the best deal that we can, but sometimes you can't. Yeah. You can't argue with the tests sometimes if everything is accurate, if the machine was calibrated correctly.
Sure. You also do malpractice, or what did you say? Not
personal injury.
Personal injury.
Some slip and fall cases, those are a lot harder to do because the law isn't set up. It's hard to prove. A lot of automobile accidents.
Okay. So you have 4 in your practice now.
Yes.
There's 3 young ones like you.
Yes, 3 rookies, as my boss calls
But you
us,
really
because we're fresh out of law school.
You could still be in high school, but that's from a mother's view. Did anyone else in your family come to St. Catherine's?
Yes, yes. My mom came to St. Catherine, and she graduated in 2005, I believe.
2005.
If my memory serves me correctly.
And what program was she in?
Radiography.
Okay. So now she works not in Bardstown.
Not in Bardstown. Of course, with all the medical facilities in Louisville, that's where she does most of her work.
What hospital does she work in?
She works for a private company. They go to nursing homes to do the x-rays there. I know a lot of my friends have graduated and moved on, and now they're police officers.
Yes. There's a police officer in Louisville that's on Newburgh Road that went to school here. He was shortstop.
Justin Witt?
Yeah.
Yep, I hear.
Was he here when you were here?
Yes.
Oh, was he?
I think we graduated the same year.
I got to interview him, and he came in with his police uniform. When he wears it with such distinction, you know, and it was so exciting.
Yes.
Because I told him, I said, if I'm ever on Newburgh Road, I was to tell him that. I'm glad you reminded me of his name. Your teacher was who was I guess your main teacher?
Dr. Toder.
Dr. Toder, who is wonderful to interview.
Yes.
He's very intelligent, very intelligent. Been here for a long time.
He has.
In the classroom, I'm sure he's quite interesting.
Yes.
He tells lots of stories, I'm sure.
Yes, lots of stories, lots of discussion about criminal justice in the news.
Now, what other subjects did you have to take here besides the ones under him? I think that's important for our audience to know.
Let's see. Mainly criminal justice classes.
So when you left here, you still had to get your degree. Where did you go after you left here?
Well, I had my Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice, so that's all you really need for law school.
Oh, you got the whole thing here.
I did.
Okay.
And fortunately, that was new when I came to St. Catharine. They added the Bachelor program in Criminal Justice, so that's part of the reason I was attracted to St. Catharine, as well as what my mom told me about the school. So, finished up here, took a year off, made sure I wanted to go to law school, took the LSAT, and made my way up to Chase in Northern Kentucky and finished law school.
How long did it take you here under that criminal justice to get your degree? How long were you here?
I was a super senior because I liked the firm that I was at. I didn't want to leave. I ended up working there full time. So for about, I think the last year, I dropped down to part time. So it took me 5 years total.
Okay.
So I just worked and went to school here as well.
Okay, and you worked in Bardstown with what firm at the time?
McCoy and Sparks.
Okay.
And I believe one of the attorneys I worked for went out on his own, Chad McCoy, and I believe he's teaching here now as well, a American civil law case.
Okay. Yes.
Which is interesting.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's great that you came back for this because we can't often get good alumni. I mean, not good alumni. Period. Can be good. But it's nice to hear your story.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll have Chad back someday to talk about it again too.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't know how we found you, but it's great that you came back. Thank you very much, and congratulations, and on your looking forward to your Ohio bar exam. I can't imagine taking two, but and continued success in your future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's good to be back.